So here we are. Good morning. I'm the old captain Ilaria, and I'm so happy to wait for an interview with this big, famous cetaceus. Is Moby Dick. Here we are. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. You are a two-tailed creature, right? Are you or sometimes we said humans? Are you one?
Yes, I'm a family one. Two tails creatures, and so let's
Nice,
speak
nice,
about you now.
nice to meet you. Kind human two-tailed creature. I am indeed Moby Dick, the whale. And who are you?
Oh, I'm the old captain, Ilaria. I'm so fascinated about your stories, and so I'm very happy to interview you. And the first question is about your red light in front of your head.
What you see here is not a light, but it is my sonar. You see, you two tails are so limited. Is it true that you don't have a sonar? Is it real?
No, yes, it is real. We have no sonar. We have just two things that are our eyes. We can see only with these two eyes in front of.
Yeah, that must be why you have such small heads. You see, with our sonar and with our the fat we have in our on top of our heads, which amplifies the sound that comes back, we can see at great distances in the ocean. And I'm sure you cannot. That must be the reason you have such small heads, to be honest. I'm sure you won't take it as an offense, young lady, but you're ugly. I'm sorry. I'm sure that the male two tails find you attractive, do they?
I hope so, but the strange thing is that you do not appear so terrible to us. Instead, we have a long story that tell about uh, how humans catch whales and why you are a treasure for us. Uh, so, what about your first meet with these terrible humans?
Well, we whales have been wondering for a long time why humans kill us. You people, you call them yourselves people, right? Humans or
Yeah.
two tails is the whale name, and but you yourself, you call yourself humans. We whales have such a good hearing that we heard your voices while you're traveling on the surface of the oceans, and we can understand your language. Actually, can speak your language because you're hearing me, and within some limits, of course, because you're calling me Moby Dick, and this is not my name, of course. My name is so complicated that you humans would never be able, not even to perceive it, because it goes into frequencies that you probably do not perceive. Just like your name. You said your name is, excuse me?
My name is Ilaria. How it sounds in your languages?
It sounds very poor, honestly, ugly noise. That anyway, I still remain to the point that you, limited creatures as you are, you probably are happy with this fact that you cannot swim well, that you have such small heads, that you don't have fat on your body. Body you have a little, but that's another.
Yes,
Um,
it's impressive how many things you know about our world, and instead we just see you as so big and fat, and so uh, why you have all this fat on your that cover you?
because the ocean is cold. Whales are warm creatures. We are very hot. We like to be hot also with our females, and that's another story. Anyway, I'm sure humans would not be so much interested in our females for the same reason we male cetaceans are interested in, but that's another story. This thick layer of fat we have is to protect us from the coldness of the sea because we swim in the sea all the time. And we know that you humans, you die if you swim for too long. And you cannot dive too much. And that's another limitation that you have. I'm sure you poor people. I mean, I'm sorry for you, but I understand that you may have your satisfactions in your limited way and your limited intelligence. And so I will call you Ilaria, and you may call me Moby Dick. And we are different, but it is strange that we can stay together. You must have some special trick to be with me underwater.
Yeah, yes, I have. I have developed um, particular tricks to come down here to interview you because I remain so impressed your story and the meet with Captain Hakab. We wrote a book. Do you know what is a book?
A book? What would that be?
We have another great limit that is about our memory. We know that you, big creature, has a great um, capacity to keep in your mind the history of your past. Instead, we need to write things because our memory is so small and so short. So to tell a story for futures, we need to write a book so we can read it and tell again your history to new generations.
I'm sure, my young two-tail, that it would be difficult for us to write, as you say, in the sea. Nothing would remain, but our memory is very long indeed. We have big heads because we have fat to amplify the sonar, the sound coming back, but also to keep our brain in which we remember the stories of the past. We remember the songs that our ancestors played, and we have memory of our ancestors for a long, long time, millions of cycles. Something that I am afraid you humans cannot do, but so is life. And the goddess of the sea created all sorts of creatures. And I figure that even the two tails have a reason to exist, even thou. You are so cruel with us, the whales.
I see the scars on your back. Are that from your story with Captain Hakab, that terrible human that hurt you much in when you were younger?
Well, you noted the scars on my back. For many, many cycles, I carried these scars, and I even carried the dead body of this two-tail, whose name was Ahab. And this is a long story. Maybe you would like me to tell it to you?
Yes, sure. You have to do it.
So it's a long story, which I think even you humans know a little. But you see, we don't know exactly why you two tails want so much to kill us. But that's what you do because you see, we don't kill creatures that we don't eat. We only kill creatures which offer themselves to us as food because it is part of the great cycle that the goddess of the oceans created. So we eat creatures different than us. But you humans, I'm not sure that you eat us. Maybe you do, but that's not the purpose. But whatever the purpose is, we cannot understand it. And the only thing I can say that it is very cruel because many whales like me have been killed. And I once was white, but after so much fighting, now I am gray, like all old whales. But when I was young, I was already a big whale, and I was curious about those two tails and the damage they did. So I got close to them many times. I understood a few things they were saying because we whales already at that time we could understand a little, now much more, a little of the language of the two tails, and I understood the name of one of those two tails, whose name was Ahab, or Ahab. I'm not sure that my whale ear is so good, but I think you understand what I'm saying. And so this Ahab wanted to kill me. And I was a young whale at the time. I wasn't sure on how to do this. I should have run away, but maybe I didn't run fast enough. And anyway, he kept running after me, sailing
Sailing.
after me. And in the end, he hit me with one of those damn teeth that the two tails have. We cannot do that, but can you do this? Can you throw your teeth at something?
No, no, no. We develop tools to to hurt.
Can I see
But
your
no,
teeth?
no. My
No,
teeth
they're
is
not
just
like they,
to no,
they're
no, no,
not so
no.
dangerous. Your teeth are very
Not if
small.
it was more.
But some two tails have very long teeth, and they're painful. I can tell you that. Very painful to be hit by one of those teeth they use. And I remember that it was the first time when I was attacked by a human, and it was extremely painful, so much that I lost my mind. I was swimming like a madman, a mad whale, and at some point I hit the thing that they use. It's a boat in the human language, right? It's a little boat, and I hit it, and in trying to free myself from these strange things they used to wrap us and to keep us bound, and I did something. I bite something, and I found myself with a human tail in my mouth. It was absolutely terrible. It was horrible, and to tell be honest, young to tail as you are, now let me say nothing about that. It's terrible.
It's
Oh,
absolutely clear that you didn't want it.
no, we don't eat humans. We don't eat two tails. This is absolute. Not even this big, the black and white people. I think you call them in the human language. You call them killer whales, which is stupid because they don't kill creatures that they don't eat. That's part of the cycle of life. Or you call them also orcas,
Orcas.
but but they're nice people. They are not. They never, as far as I know, they never kill humans. They never killed a single humans except maybe by mistake. I don't know. We heard something about that. Anyway, I was hit by this two tail with his teeth, with his tooth. It threw at me, and then I was beating my tail as much as I could, and I ate. But not I ate. I found in my mouth this leg, this tail, and then as I managed to swim away, there was a lot of blood, and I could smell that it was the blood of two tails. But anyway, I managed to run away. It was hard, but then after a couple of cycles, I was fine again. But something happened, and you probably know.
Yeah, yes, we know the history from the man's point of view, and it is that Captain Hakep came out from this accident more um, hungry than before. So he came back to you, and please tell us what happened.
You seem to speak human language as a foreign language, like me. Yeah, you said hungry. I'm not sure that is what you wanted to
Angry.
say. Angry,
Angry.
probably.
But
Mister.
both, probably.
Maybe. I'm not sure. That I know that some two-tails eat whale meat. I don't
Yeah.
know, but seems to be a very bad idea. But maybe I'm a little bit biased on that. I understand. So you know this story, and this is a little bit of a sad story. I would like to tell it to you because what happened is that this Ahab came back, and I think he wanted revenge. It is a term that we whales understand. We're not sure what it is, but anyway, this Ahab wanted to kill me. That was very clear. And he came back, and he had developed, he had grown, I think, another tail, not as good as the one that I had bitten off.
Artificial one. An artificial tail. Yeah, yes. Not so good as today, but in the past we had the opportunity, the possibility to replace the mage.
Artificial tail? Oh
Artificial tail.
gosh, you humans are really very strange, you know. But anyway,
Yeah.
he came back, and we had another big fight, terrible fight. And I can tell you, you probably don't know. Have you ever been hit by one of those?
Fortunately not.
Can you imagine how it is
Yeah.
being transfixed by a big teeth long penetrates through you?
So cruel. I can't imagine the pain. No, I can't.
I don't think you can imagine it. It's terrible. It's horrible. I mean, it's a sensation. I cannot describe it because um, anyway, they want to kill us, and that's a terrible way to kill us because I know from some people whales who we whales who survived that they lost so much blood, and then you feel that you die, and then finally they die, but it's long and painful. But anyway, that was what was happening to me. But I am, and I was already at that time, a big whale. I am a big whale at the time. As I said, I was white and I was easily recognizable, and I was big. And at some moment, the fight was so terrible, so um, hard that I saw, not I saw, I perceived that this two-tail man, two-tail human, he had jumped onto me and he was on my back
Oh
and he
my god.
was trying to kill me with one of those teeth they have. And I swam like a madman, mad whale, and I swam so fast that I hit big thing that the two tails
The
use,
boat.
a boat.
A boat, I confirm, is
You
a
call
boat.
that a boat, yes. And I hit it so hard that I ruined it. I killed it in some way because it started vibrating and then it went down and it sunk. And these
Mm.
things cannot swim, so when they sink, they go all the way to the bottom,
And we
which is
die.
uh,
And we die.
and with
Oh my.
and with the people, the men, the humans, the two tails on board. I was very sorry. You can say that I we don't kill people. We hate the idea of killing humans, and I had to do that. And also this special two-tailed creature, Ahab, was on my back, and he was bound to me. We were bound together. Before that story, we were bound together by his own will of revenge, but then we're bound physically by some, I think I will call them ropes. Is that correct?
Yes, ropes.
Ropes. And I went down,
With
and
him.
I know that two tails cannot breath, cannot keep the breath as long as we whales do, and you also. You are staying, Miss Ilaria. You're staying underwater with me for quite a long time.
Yeah, yes, this is a new artificial way to breathe, so I can stay here just a bit more. And it's impressive. You now interviewing me, yeah. It's now impressive to know your point of view because it's clear now that your curiosity keep you so close to humans, but we interpreted this behavior as aggressive, and instead, in the end, is our aggressive behavior that no more killed you, but killed ourselves.
Yes, Miss Ilaria, it's a pleasure to meet Two-Tail, which is so kind and considerate that I'm starting even to see you as not so ugly as at, as at the beginning. I see as you're a very nice creature, even attractive.
Oh,
Therefore,
even.
don't worry. For whales, do not think of humans in that way.
In that way.
So anyway, this is a long story, but let me finish it. So I went
Sure.
down, and I know that this Ahab on my back died, and I was extremely sorry. But I was
Again.
also in pain, and I was shocked, and I think I almost died because of the blood I lost. And so much blood I lost that I swam all the way to the bottom of the ocean. And there is where the old whales go when they die. And the bottom of the ocean is where the spirits of the old whales still live. And I went all the way to the bottom, and I thought that maybe I would never go back to the surface and I would die because of so much blood I had lost, so much pain, and so much suffering. But there I met the spirits of the ancestors, spirits of the ancestors who still live at the bottom of the ocean. And they spoke to me and they told me things that you, TwoTails, cannot really understand, cannot even imagine. And then they told me that I should go back. And that's why I am here, because they told me that one day, long in the future, I would meet a two-tail who would not want to kill me, a two-tails who was nice to me, a two-tails who genuinely wanted to speak to me. And that's, the the old ancestors have a lot of wisdom, and that's what's happening. And they told me that when I was to meet this nice, kind, and good-looking two-tails, I should tell her, because they told me that it would be a female, to tell her that you two-tails are on a dangerous path. You killed many of us, which was bad, but we whales will survive that because we are strong people. We survive for a long time, and we will grow again. But you two-tails, you humans, you are destroying everything. And maybe you could tell to the fellow human beings that you're killing too many creatures. You are destroying the very things that make you live. And this is the message that I, Moby Dick, have for you humans, and that I hope that you, Ilaria, will tell.
So, thank you very much for your interview. I know now that this inspired me to write a book that is a way to tell your history for future uh, humans, creatures, to invite them and to alert them to not repeat the same mistakes in future. And I'm think to entitle this book "The Empty Sea."
And I think you have to go now because you look a little bit white. You have to
Yeah.
breath.
Ah.
Don't you have to? So I will go swim with my colleagues and you. And thank you very much for your interest.
Thank you very much. Bye bye. Good swim. Bye. So, bye bye.